Time Warner Cable is pleased to be an underwriting sponsor for Carolina Week.
Coming up on the October 8th edition of Carolina Week.
I'm Nick Kane, and I'll tell you why just a few dollars a month could be the best investment you ever made.
I'm Monica Carper. Find out why candidates hope voters are checking the net.
In sports, after a week-long break, the field hockey team picked up right where they left off.
Weathercaster Mallory Nichols will have your Carolina Week 4-day forecast.
All that and one more reason to tip back a cold one. Carolina Week starts right now.
From the James F. Goodman Studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, connecting campus and community, this is Carolina Week.
Hello and welcome to the Monday edition of Carolina Week. I'm Carla Babb.
And I'm Adam Rue. Thank you for joining us. The owners of Chapel Hill's Visions nightclubs are shutting their doors for good in the wake of this week's shooting that left 6 people hurt. It's the latest development in a saga that some neighbors say has gone on for too long.
And I come in every morning looking for bullets.
That's what barber George Tomasic blames on his next-door neighbor, Visions nightclub.
That wall back there, as you can see, separates my shop from their place, and that's where the shooting took place.
The shooting happened a week ago in the early morning hours during a private birthday party at Visions. Police spokesman Kevin Gunter says officers have a general idea about who's to blame.
We have been able to make a connection to some Durham gangs, so that has been confirmed. We do not have any concrete leads on the suspect as of yet.
Gunter says officers responded to Visions at least 30 times since the club opened in January. Those complaints are one reason folks who live and work along Rosemary Street began to call for Visions to go.
But when you have liquor and women, and you're going to have trouble.
But before the town began discussions about closing Visions, as it did after a fatal shooting at Avalon nightclub last year, Visions owners locked the doors. For good. In a statement, club owners say, "We are conducting a complete review of the incident, and based on our current assessment, we feel that it is best that we permanently close Visions nightclub effective immediately." Now, there's little to identify the space that was Visions. The signs are gone, some covered by black spray paint. And now that the brick plaza outside the club is empty, folks are wondering about what will take Visions' place and whether the problems will stop with a new tenant. So far, there's no word about which businesses are looking to move into the location, and Chapel Hill police haven't had any luck identifying the gunman.
Carrboro Fire investigators are still unsure of the cause of a massive fire that destroyed an apartment building last week. Reporter Nick Kane is in Carrboro. So Nick, how many people did this affect?
20 people were left homeless after the fire last week, but there are things that renters can do so they're not just left with a pile of rubble.
Most don't think about it until it's too late. Renter's insurance can protect your belongings in the case of natural disasters and many unforeseen events, but most renters, and especially students, live without it.
Because I never thought about it. I always just thought it'd be cool how it was.
Nationwide Representative Beth Clayton says renter's insurance covers all disasters.
Fire, theft, vandalism, wind, hail, tornadoes, falling objects, sudden burst of pipes, sewer septic system backing up into your home.
Depending on how much your policy covers, renter's insurance usually costs between $10 and $20 a month. Clayton says it can protect you from lawsuits as well.
Someone was doing work inside your apartment, tripped over the vacuum cleaner, and decided to sue you for leaving that vacuum cleaner out. Your policy will pay for that lawsuit.
After setting up an insurance policy, renters must fill out a home inventory, which documents all of their belongings and their estimated worth. Policies can cover furniture, jewelry, appliances, and even cash and clothing. Some policies can cover laptops even outside of your home.
It covers you and the laptop wherever you take the laptop around the world.
Disasters like the one in Carrboro have got a lot of students changing their minds about getting renter's insurance.
Who am I to tell what's going to happen? I mean, accidents happen. Exhibit A.
As you could tell, most of the students who I spoke to did not have renter's insurance, and many of them had never even heard of it.
Nick, how long does it take for a policy to go into effect?
As soon as you fill out an application and make your first payment, you're covered. I went in last week to get a quote for myself, and I was out in about 20 minutes.
Thanks, Nick. Nick Kane in Carrboro.
The presidential election is more than a year away, but polls are already predicting the Democratic nominee. Hillary Clinton has assumed the lead in the race for the Democratic nod. She's substantially ahead of Illinois Senator Barack Obama, former North Carolina Senator John Edwards, and the other Democratic candidates in fundraising and voter polls. Clinton is the clear Democratic frontrunner now, but UNC Republicans and Democrats agree a lot can happen once the primaries begin.
Hillary probably will win the Democratic ticket, but I'm interested to see who will win the Republican one, too.
I think it's too early to tell whether or not Hillary Clinton is going to win the Democratic primary. I personally hope that Obama gives her a bit of a challenge.
The first caucuses and primaries come up in January, and the general election is November 4th, 2008. Candidates do everything they can to reach out to voters. Our Monica Carper is live in the newsroom to show us the latest web efforts for local political candidates. Monica?
Adam, our local politicians seem to be pretty savvy about engaging the public online.
You know it's election season when you see these on every corner. And while candidates are still showing up at public forums, nowadays they're also touting their political platform through blogs. Blogging allows citizens to comment about a wide range of topics and issues. Creator of the political blog site, citizenwill.org, and Chapel Hill Town Council candidate Will Raymond stance about important issues.
I can say I was concerned about the budget. I've been concerned about the budget for many years. Boom, here's the proof of it.
Founder and editor of the widely popular community blog site, orangepolitics.org, Ruby Sinreich, says blogging does more than just inform. It makes local elections more exciting, and thus, more people become involved.
Every day people are writing, well, I don't like this policy, and I think they should do that. And on the blog, the elected officials can actually come back and respond. And so there's very few places where there's actually room for that kind of dialogue.
In this technological age, Raymond believes methods used to change policy might be a little different.
I might be the last generation where 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 students got up, walked around on the streets and paraded around and said, you know, we're not going to stand for this, right? That has all kind of moved to the net.
Those running for office are taking notice and getting on the blogging bandwagon.
National candidates are trying to connect with voters by blogging as well.
Monica, what do our campus experts think about all this?
I talked to political science professor Thad Bile, and he says the media needs to pay more attention to bloggers because they're the ones that are moving the election along.
All right, Monica Carper live in the newsroom. Thank you. Steroid scandals have rocked almost every professional sport from baseball to biking.
After the break, see how illegal drug use is causing big problems for one Carolina alum.
There's something about you, baby. I can't get enough. There's something about you, baby. I got you looking at me. I'm gonna call you bluff. There's something about you.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Have you been a dad today?
Can
I take your order, please?
Yeah. Hi, could I get a number 2 with a lemonade, please?
Could you make that a number 5 and make it a chocolate shake?
Number 5 with a chocolate shake.
What are you doing?
I'm ordering for you.
No, actually, I'd like a number 2
with a chocolate shake.
With a lemonade, actually. Sir, could you please stop that?
I just wanted to order a number 5 with a chocolate shake.
I'd really like you
All
to
right,
stop
lady.
That. I'd like you to stop it.
No.
UNC's athletic department prides itself for its commitment to doing things the right way, but a former student athlete has admitted to cheating as a professional. Olympic gold medalist Marion Jones admitted Friday to taking performance-enhancing drugs after denying it for years. Jones said she first took steroids in 1999. Now she could face jail time. She might lose her Olympic medals, 3 of them gold, and UNC officials might remove pictures of Jones, such as the one you're about to see here. Jones ran track and played basketball for UNC before graduating in 1997. In a written statement, basketball coach Sylvia Hatchell says of Jones, "Has she made some bad choices and decisions? Yes, but I think she has learned from those mistakes, and she will be a much better person for it. We love her, we care about her, we support her, and we will do whatever we can to help.
A retired UNC journalism professor is once again in the spotlight. Chuck Stone received the Helen Thomas Lifetime Achievement Award Saturday in Washington. Hundreds of journalists came to see Stone honored for his dedication to journalism as a newspaper editor and teacher. Society of Professional Journalists president and UNC alumna Christy Tatum says no one is more deserving of such a high honor.
Chuck is the perfect recipient of this wonderful award. Courageous, stalwart in defense of the First Amendment, a magnificent spokesman for excellent journalism, just like Helen herself. Please.
This is only the 5th Lifetime Achievement Award SPJ has given. Members of Kappa Delta sorority are also celebrating. They're the best chapter in the nation. The National Board of Kappa Delta selected the Beta Chi chapter as the winner of the Council Award because of its members' dedication to academics, philanthropy, and recruitment. Members of the chapter and representatives from UNC's Panhellenic Council met for brunch on Sunday to enjoy food, fellowship, and a presentation of the award. Beta Chi was in the top 10% of chapters 2 years ago, and this is the first year it's #1.
The police have lots of crime-fighting tools, including some with 4 legs. After 5 years of service as man's best friend, K9 Otto is retiring. Chapel Hill Police Department officers and employees gathered today to give the old dog an official send-off. The department awarded Otto's partner, Officer Rick Ennis, for 13 years of service as a canine handler, but Ennis says Otto did all the work.
He's found drugs and tracked a few people, and most of all, he's made a big impact on people that stop me day to day, talk to them, and play with them. And I guess Otto and I'll just play at home for right now.
Otto has a good home, and last week we told you about our friend Polly, who has also found a good home. Now let's tell you about this week's featured pet. Meet Marilyn, a 2-month-old boxer chow mix. Named after Marilyn Monroe, this tiny ball of black fur loves attention. She's sweet, lovable, and unlike other puppies her age, she's pretty well behaved, at least most of the time. She came to the shelter about a week ago, and now she's looking for family members to take her in their arms and give her a home. For more information about how you can adopt Marilyn or any of the other animals in the shelter, go to our website, carolinaweek.org.
Orange County is one of more than 50 counties in the state in the most severe category of drought, and you only have to look down the road to see the effects. University Lake provides Orange County residents with drinking water. It also gives UNC students a place to enjoy nature and water sports. But the lake is disappearing. Buoys aren't afloat, and docks extend over dry land. Longtime Chapel Hill residents say they're concerned.
In the early days, they used to get it down 2 or 3 feet and there'd be a water alert and everybody couldn't water and all the rest, but I'm just telling you, this is the absolute lowest it has been.
Dinger says the lake reached up to this sign only a few months ago and water poured over this dam. If the drought continues, these boats might soon be on the lake bed. And now we're joined by weathercaster Mallory Nichols.
Hi. Hi, Mallory. Well, I see a lot of the leaves changing, but the weather's still hot. What's going on?
Well, it certainly doesn't feel like October right now. The scorching heat and lack of rain have made these plants brown and droopy. Will fall return this week? I'll have the details coming up after the break.
Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle, King of the Apes, father of boy. He knows what it takes to be a dad. You go for a ride, you take a swim, you hang out. All it takes is time. Hey, it doesn't take a hero, but it takes a man to be a dad.
Global warming. Some say irreversible consequences are 30 years away. 30 years? That won't affect me.
Welcome back to Carolina Week. I'm weather forecaster Mallory Nichols. If you're wondering what I'm wondering, that's what's going on outside right now. We have really hot temperatures and it's the middle of October and it's Columbus Day, so this is definitely unusual for this time of year. I have good news and bad news for the rest of the week. The good news is that we are going to see a little bit of a cool down heading into the weekend, so that will take us out of the 90-degree temperatures. The bad news is that there's no precipitation associated with that cold front that's going to move through, so it's going to stay into this drought situation that we have right now. And I know everybody's tired of hearing about that, but we do have a major issue with that where that is concerned. If we take a look at the satellite and radar, you'll see there's nothing going on above us right now, but out to the west of us, we do have a little bit of rain associated with that cold front right now, but that's definitely going to dissipate as it starts to move east towards us. If we take a closer look, you'll see that there's nothing going on over us right now. But that's going to start to change as we head into Wednesday. When that cold front starts to approach, we'll have a little bit more clouds as well. If we take a look at the surface map for Tuesday, we see that low pressure system right there. That's going to start to push east towards us. That rain's going to disappear that's associated with that, which is much needed for our area, but we won't be seeing any of that. But this is going to push through, and then if we take a look at Wednesday, it's going to be sitting right on top of us right there. So we'll be seeing a little bit of decrease in temperature, but it's the next wave that's coming with that that's going to bring us to really cooler temperatures on Friday and the weekend. If we go to the drought status right here, you'll see it's pretty crazy right now. We've never really been in the exceptional area, and a lot of the counties are in the extreme area, and even over towards the coast, we have severe drought situation right there. So it's pretty crazy for right now. We do definitely need that precipitation. And then if we take a look at the 4-day forecast, you'll see Tuesday is mostly sunny with the temperature still in the 90s. And then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we'll be seeing a little more cloud cover with those temperatures decreasing and then the lows definitely decreasing. And we do see temperatures in the 50s on Friday, so that's pretty good decrease in temperature for the rest of the week. So that's fortunate that we'll be getting cooler temperatures.
Yes, definitely. I can't wait to get the cooler temperatures coming in.
Me either.
Absolutely. Mallory, thanks.
No problem.
Well, it might not feel like fall outside, but people in Chapel Hill don't let details get in the way of a good time. It was the 35th annual Festival celebration Sunday afternoon on West Franklin Street. Thousands came out to shop, eat, and listen to local music groups. From all kinds of crafts and jewelry to art and toys, there was something for everyone at Festival. Town Council member Sally Green says the festival is a fun day for Chapel Hill.
Obviously, I haven't been to 35 of them, but I've been to several, and I think it's a really great way to sort of announce that the seasons are changing, although you can't tell it today, and to get people in the mood for fall and to enjoy a lot of crafts and good food.
Following the cancellation of the Apple Chill Festival because of violence, Chapel Hill police say they're more cautious at events like this, but everything at Festival ran smoothly. And now we're joined by sportscaster Mark Alexic.
And Mark, all I have to say is it is about time.
I am right there with you. The football team finally came through for us this weekend. Coming up in sports, the Heels run wild as they take the Miami Hurricanes by storm, and Heels fans hope that this is the beginning of something big.
I'd like to pass it back to you now. Very pleased with your work.
She's got the drive, the energy, the heart, and the talent. But she wouldn't be here without your help. Please support the United Negro College Fund, because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Following the tragic events of September 11th, there have been hundreds of violent attacks against innocent Americans.
Remember what that flag you're waving stands for.
Remember, please stop the hate.
We're stronger when we are united.
Remember what that flag you're waving stands for.
One nation under God.
Indivisible.
With liberty
and justice
for all.
In America, there's either room for everyone, or it's not America. Don't pick the wrong fight.
Let's keep America land of the free.
Stop the hate.
After falling out of the top 10 national rankings for the first time ever, the women's soccer team took on Clemson on Friday night. Rain did not keep these fans away as Fever cheered for a victory. Tough defense had the Heels missing several shots as only one goal hit the back of the net in the first half. After halftime, it was a different story as the Heels netted 2 goals, this one by freshman Erin McCullough, her first career goal. And here, Allie Long secures the last goal of the game with only 14 seconds to play. On Sunday against Maryland in overtime, sophomore Casey Noguera netted the winning goal for a 2-1 victory, the team's second overtime win in 2 weeks. The Heels improved to 9-3 overall and are first place in the ACC. The number 1 ranked field hockey team faced the Boston College Eagles on Saturday. UNC dominated time of possession, but it was not until after the 4th consecutive penalty corner that the Heels were able to finally get on the board. Caitlin Falgowski sent a shot right to the side of the goal, where Larry Beans deflected it for her 7th goal of the season. The Heels went to the half up 1-0. The second half was more of the same. The Heels went on to put another goal away, sending the Eagles packing. The UNC women's golf team doesn't play at home too often, but hosted the Tar Heel Invitational this weekend. Of the 18 teams in the field, 12 of them, including the Tar Heels, are ranked in the top 30. The Heels thrive on strong competition, but a few poor swings and missed putts put Carolina in 14th place after the first 2 days. Yesterday, the team bounced back and was able to climb to 11th place for the tournament. Sophomore Kate Thomas posted an under-par round on Saturday. Junior Lauren Hunt fired an impressive 68 on the final day. And a tremendous weekend in Tar Heel sports. Only 2 losses, but otherwise, awesome weekend.
Yeah, but one of those losses did come to Duke, Mark, so, you know.
We'll beat them in everything else.
Yeah, but you always hate to lose to Duke.
Yeah, basketball season, come sooner, please.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited about that.
Thanks. Well, you know, speaking of sports, when I think of sports, I think of beer and dancing and all those things that usually go together.
Coming up, find out why this guy that you're getting ready to see was so excited about the cold drafts at one local festival. There he is.
North Carolina is where the wonders never cease. It's where visitors and residents alike can be touched by these things and always remember the embrace of clouds around a mountain peak, sparkling water forever in a hurry, a bridge less traveled, an enchanted wetland forest, and the place where the sun meets the sea.
If you have a story idea, contact Carolina Week at 843-8292. You can also visit us online at carolinaweek.org. If you have questions about this program, write Carolina Week at Campus Box 3365, UNCCH, Chapel Hill, North Carolina, 27599.
If you're not recycling, you're throwing it all away.
The air conditioner and the lawnmower. Both are ideas from the minds of African Americans. Support the United Negro College Fund because a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Mrs. Russo. Hi, Bev. Hi.
If only child abuse were this easy to recognize. If you even suspect abuse, call us. Trust your instincts.
Sir, are you okay?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this, so why ignore the signs of a stroke? Call 911 immediately, because time lost is brain lost.
You taught him how to hit a baseball, a 9-iron, even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Some Germans live for Oktoberfest, a 3-week-long festival in Munich. Reporter Julia Ritchie discovers the triangle version of the German tradition.
Bell-ringing Bavarian barmaids kicked off St. Raphael's yearly Oktoberfest in Raleigh.
Hundreds of people attended this traditional German beer fest. Organizer Diane Yusko says it's great for her family to learn about German culture.
It's important for my family, since I'm of German heritage, that we keep doing this and keep it alive, and my children learn this and they learn their heritage, that they're part German. And
the Little German Band provided music for many traditional marches, drinking songs, and polkas, including the chicken dance.
And it's not just Raleigh natives who enjoy sausages and sauerkraut. I spoke to some German exchange students who shared their thoughts on this Oktoberfest away from home.
Senior Jonas Eckholt says this event doesn't compare to the original.
It's really nice. It's all traditional music, traditional people, traditional clothes. So I like it, but it's not comparable to the German Oktoberfest.
Daniel Serga says his favorite memory from Oktoberfest is seeing late-night streakers.
When it's getting kind of late, people tend to undress themselves. So, well, there's nothing left actually, and they run around. I saw that 3 to 4 times. And the funny thing is the security runs behind them. So there's a huge chain of people running through the Oktoberfest and trying to get them, put them out.
Everyone in Raleigh remained clothed. In Raleigh, I'm Julia Ritchie, Carolina Week.
Looks like a good time. We do want to let you know we've gotten some good news from a UNC professor. A professor at the UNC School of Medicine, Dr. Oliver Smithies, is a co-recipient of this year's Nobel Prize in Physics or Medicine. Smithies was recognized for his discoveries involving gene targeting in mice and embryonic stem cell research. He's been part of the UNC faculty for 19 years and is the first full-time faculty member to win the prize. And certainly congratulations to him. And we're joined again by weathercaster Mallory Nichols, and for another look at the 4-day forecast. I'm so excited about fall coming.
I am too. I'm ready for these temperatures to change. Unfortunately, first Tuesday, we do have the weather still being in the 90s with the sun shining brightly for the majority of Tuesday. But then Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, you'll see those temperatures start to decrease. In the highs, we'll be getting down into the lower 70s come Friday, and then the lower temperatures will be getting down into the 50s on Friday. So those cooler temperatures are going to be great into the weekend, starting for the fair.
So now, when does the fair gear up?
The fair starts on Friday. So yeah, by Friday the temperatures will be cool, and we'll enjoy a nice October finally.
Yeah, well, and it'll be good for our sports teams who are outside, because they've been outside in stuff that's like summer temperatures. I mean, even in October, the game this weekend felt like it was a game in August.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. I was on the field, running up and down the sidelines, running around the warning track to get around the players, and I was just like, is this really October?
Yeah.
It was crazy, but it was a great game, obviously. When Connor Barth, 4 field goals. He is on the verge of breaking, I think, the ACC record for consecutive field goals. Right now he's at 17, and the exact record number does not come to my head, but I believe it's in the mid-20s. So hopefully in a couple weeks he'll get there.
Yeah.
That weather seems to be coming right in time, because wasn't this weekend the late night with Roy as well?
That's right. Yeah, late night with Roy coming up. That's also, huge kickoff to basketball season. Ever since he came to Carolina, it's been a staple in Carolina culture, not just for the students, but even the faculty get into it as well.
Yeah, and everybody's really excited about that. I think everybody will be even more excited because it's going to actually feel like fall and feel like basketball season. And Late Night with Roy is sort of one of those chances for people to really get their energy going and get really excited about basketball season, and I'll make sure I'm there.
Definitely. I'm just ready to wear my Carolina sweaters and my Carolina jackets and everything.
Well, let's just hope for precipitation from now on.
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely.
Guess we'll have to pull out a little NC State attire as well for Mallory.
No.
Well, that does it for this edition of Carolina Week.
Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.